A lot of people think that the hardest part of a narcissistic relationship is the abuse itself, but often it's the constant pursuit, the chasing, the explaining, the hoping that this time you'll be met with care somehow. What I want to talk about today is how that chase gets created, and yes, it does get created. They want you chasing them. We're going to talk about why it keeps you stuck and how it slowly convinces you that your value depends on how much you give instead of who you are. So if you've ever found yourself constantly trying to get someone to see you, and yeah, if you're with a narcissist, you're dealing with that, someone to hear you or acknowledge you, and no matter what you do, it never feels like enough, this video is for you. What I'm talking about today, it's not about love, communication, or effort. It's about putting in all the effort and getting nothing in return. It's about chasing, and why in relationships with narcissistic people, you're almost always the one chasing, emotionally, mentally, and even physically, while they just stay out of reach. So without further ado, let's jump right in. When it comes to narcissistic relationships, you have to constantly chase them around to get any attention because they never acknowledge you. In normal relationships, people talk about their days, both parties do, but with them, it's only one-sided. They'll go on and on about something going on in their day, or a new discovery that they might want to rant about, or a new business idea. And it seems that every time they do talk to you, you find yourself on the other side praising them somehow. Have you ever noticed that? It isn't a shared conversation, nor is it even a vulnerable conversation. It's a conversation that's designed to puff them up. They're not going to come up to you and tell you that they're nervous about something or they're afraid about something. You can't give an opinion because they know more than you do. So your input has no value, and you can't give them any advice because that's taken as criticism, as you all know. So where's the conversation? It doesn't feel like a relationship because it takes two to have a conversation, and the only thing that you're allowed to do is sit, smile, and say, wow. If you want to share your day, they aren't interested. They'll roll their eyes or be fidgety. Some might bluntly tell you that they aren't interested. And if they do put on a show and sound like they're listening, often because they want something out of this and have to play nice, but notice how they quickly walk away as soon as you finish talking. They don't even leave 30 seconds. And you're feeling awkward and off, and sometimes even left feeling embarrassed or shame. That not good enough wound, it rears its ugly head again. You feel as though that you couldn't be of value to them, even though another part of you sees how rude they are. So because you're left feeling that way, you as a normal human being have a need to be valued. So what do? You go searching for something of value that you can bring to the table. Maybe an article regarding that business that they were just talking to you about, or some video regarding whatever subject that they were on, but still they ignore you. You're chasing them. Sometimes they won't even talk to you about their day. Sometimes they'll just full on ignore you. You've been apart all day and they can't even be bothered to say hello. Just plain rude and cold, really cold. So what do? You try to start a conversation, or you try to do something extra for them. Maybe they'll see you now. You're chasing them again. You might spend hours or the day doing something really nice for them, and after all of that, you might get a quick, "Aw, thanks." And you accept that crumb as though it's enough, as though an 8-hour day doing for them merits merely a second of their time. Because even though you did for them, you still won't get to spend an hour of quality time together, which is what you really want. Someone to show you that you matter. But what you're doing does matter to them, but you don't matter to them, as harsh as that sounds. You didn't go unnoticed. They noticed. They noticed that you praised them. They noticed that you went out of your way to do something for them and made them feel good. They got supply. They got to see someone treating them like they mattered. They got to feel good, and that matters big time to them. But how you felt, that didn't matter. When we say it's all about them, it isn't just something said in passing here, and that's important. All that's important is that they feel good. Then comes the supply that they lack one day because you didn't make them feel special, or someone at work didn't. So it's fill up time, which means they're coming for you. They'll do whatever it takes to make you feel badly. That fight will ensue. They'll walk in the house with that chilling look on their face, and here comes the eggshell walk again. You try to ignore it and not get into it with them, but one wrong move, like saying something like, honey, can you turn the coffee pot off while you're in the kitchen? And a tsunami just hit the house. Now you're being accused of all kinds of things. Maybe you're unhinged for not remembering to turn it off yourself. But whatever goes down hard, and so hard that you're being attacked with vile things, vile words, accusations, filled fits of rage. And there goes yet another 3 days of silent treatment and canceled projects or events. So what do? You try to reason. Many of you write letters, emails, trying to bring sense to this whole nonsensical thing. You are chasing. And that email you sent and was ignored or responded with more hurtful words, it made them feel good while you're crying. It's making them feel good. I'm serious. You're looking at evil here. They want you chasing because you are showing them that they matter and that they are important. Then when they've had enough of that game and want another form of supply, maybe they want dinner on the table, or maybe they want to be able to boast about something so that you can praise them again. They'll somehow get you to have a conversation regarding the matter. So here you are thinking that you're finally going to settle the matter, but nowhere in this are you going to hear sorry or admit fault of their own doing, even though they started this whole thing. The conversation is going to be a circular conversation with word salad and gaslighting. And just when they have you at nearly breaking point, they'll suggest something that makes it appear as though they finally get what you're saying, only to twist that all over again. And in this, you are repeating, you are re-explaining in different ways, you are yelling and you are defending, and nothing is getting resolved, but you are still trying. You are chasing, and they love it. It's what they want. Now, to end this game, once they have had their fill, they might suggest to you that perhaps the two of you should go for counseling, which is something that they'll never do. And you, on your part, are so exhausted that you agree because you just want your head to stop spinning. You're exhausted. But pay attention to them at this point. Notice how energetic that they feel. They feel great. While they were tearing you apart, you were building them up by showing them how much they mattered because you kept trying to solve the issue. You showed them how much they mattered. They just filled up on your dime and walked away unscathed. They never took accountability and nothing got resolved, and you shut up about the whole ordeal and life is back to normal. This is exactly why the best thing you can do to take back your power is to starve them of attention. A lot of us still believe that if we just explain things or if we do better, do more. No, that's exactly what they want. They want you chasing. When you text them and they don't text back, that isn't a fluke. When you mention something in passing and they don't respond, that isn't a fluke. When they threaten to leave, that isn't a fluke. That is trying to get you to respond. Not respond actually, but react. That's control. Someone is controlling how you're feeling. Someone is controlling how your day gets to go. Someone is controlling what you should say or what you shouldn't say. Someone is controlling what you should ask and what you shouldn't ask. What you're doing when you aren't responding to their gaslighting is you are showing them that you're respecting self. So when they do try to gaslight, you can say something like, looks like we have different memories, or that wasn't my experience. And they'll keep trying to poke the bear. So when they do tell you that you need help or something denigrating, just shrug it off with something like, yep, or you could be right. And that isn't letting them win here by saying that. They aren't getting a reaction, and that's what bothers them. So they don't get to win. Calm and together is the very thing that they cannot handle, because if you're calm and collected, you're in control. It means they can't control you. They want you out of control. But now they'll be the ones out of control because eventually they'll lose it. So stop chasing them. Stop chasing them when they try to get you to walk on eggshells. Don't take it personally. Use radical acceptance. It's who they are. Big babies trying to get your attention. When they start putting you down, call them out. Don't react. Respond. You can say something like, that was uncalled for. And not in an angry voice or a hurt voice, because that's reacting. So calm. If they push you to a point that they're out of control or trying to talk about an issue that isn't going anywhere, and you know that this will be the case even before the conversation starts, give them your boundaries from the start. Let them know that if this is going to be a conversation that turns into accusations or goes in circles, you will not put up with it, period. And do walk away. That's a boundary. They'll insist. Probably use guilt tripping if you try and walk. And you can respond with, I'm willing to talk with a third person in the room or with a counselor, and walk. Keep walking. Stop chasing the narcissist, because it's what they're after. Stop chasing the narcissist who wants nothing but to be chased and who doesn't ever give of themselves. Stop chasing someone who doesn't have an iota of compassion. If they want to be disrespectful, that's on them. It isn't up to you to chase after someone who does nothing but take. Are they giving you what you want? You want to be acknowledged too, don't you? Chasing won't get you there. Respect for self-will. So that is all for today. And if this video has touched a nerve with you, please click that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and comment if you feel compelled to. And also, if anyone is interested in one-on-one coaching, I'll leave my contact down below for those who might want some info. I am wishing you all strength and courage and a reminder that you matter. Take care, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.